Hi, this is Yavi Caro here, and welcome again to another episode of the Hardcore Soft Skills Podcast, where in this season we are focusing on teaching you specific exercises where you can practice soft skills with your team and quote unquote soft skills because these skills are essential for your team and your success in your career. So the concepts that I'm talking about in this latest episodes have been about the ones I covered in my book, Hardcore Soft Skills, A Guide to Work with Humans. And today I'm going to focus on the skill of writing. And this is very important because I know with artificial intelligence, we have a lot of tools right now that save us a lot of time when it comes to writing. Now, we need to remember that writing is not just about um, expressing a message, a communication to someone. And we can use it for emails, we can use it for reports. But the exercise of writing itself is about thinking. So before we go into just relying on artificial intelligence to write, we can do it and we can do it a lot of times. I highly recommend you to go ahead and first write an item yourself, explain hard concepts, and do so via writing, especially when it comes to handwriting, as I learned in previous episodes of this podcast when I have brought in experts to discuss about that. And as I talk in my book, there is research basically showing that writing helps us concretize abstract ideas. It helps us connect the dots in our knowledge. It improves our thinking abilities because it requires our intense focus and our attention. It's not just, as I said, about delivering a message, it is an important tool to craft our understanding. So, let me suggest today two exercises that you can do to practice your writing in a deliberate way. One thing is to go ahead and establish a daily writing practice. And I'm not just talking about journaling, it could be that, but also just the ability that when you either wake up in the morning or at the end of the day or during some time during the day, you establish a daily practice to you could write your thoughts or you could write specifically something work related where you commit to write 250 to 500 words or just a short paragraph, or perhaps time box it to 15 minutes or so, where you try to either summarize something that you have learned, where you can summarize the thoughts of your day in a concise manner. Just having that daily habit will help you concretize your thinking and establish that as a practice where you don't have to rely so much on AI automatically. Another important exercise that I suggest you do with yourself and with your team is the challenge, as I discussed in the book, of explain it like I'm five, which you could put this challenge to yourself and the team members, where you have some concept from work or some describing a product or describing a summary of the meeting. And the challenge will be to write down a quick summary where you will need to explain it to a 5-year old and simplify it as much as possible. And it could be a fun challenge too, but it helps us think through the basic concepts of what we have learned. Again, practice writing because even though we have the tools necessary to make our life way easier, remember that writing is about thinking. Let me know how it goes with your particular exercises that you chose to have in this week or today. And make sure to check out my website, hardcoresoftskillspodcast.com, to find out about more resources, including workshops that I provide for team. Thank you again for listening.